Hi, it's Matt here from Go Green Autos. So this video is just about prices of car parts. So this is my MG ZS EV. It's just turned a year old and it went into the local MG dealer to have its first service. And it also had a BMS software upgrade. That's why I sent it in primarily. But while it was there, I asked them to order a bit of plastic trim for me. So on this car, this bit of plastic trim which goes on the covers up the edge of the light housing there had broken, and the clips on the back had snapped off. Actually, the previous owner had broken one clip there, and then when I removed it, the other clip broke. So I asked them to order this bit in, and it came in today, and I went and collected it, and it was a real surprise. This bit of plastic only costs £1.56 plus VAT, so £1.87 in total. And I have never seen car parts at such little prices. It's just quite incredible. I know MG is a cheap sort of budget brand, and you would expect the parts to be a little bit cheaper, but not that cheap. And yeah, it's quite refreshing actually. So I'll give you a few examples of other car parts. So on Peugeot Partner and Citroen Bilingo vans, you've got the little cover that goes over the cabin filter or pollen filter housing. I'm not going to take one apart to show you, but I've got a Nissan Leaf here and we've got a cover there. So it's almost the same as these. It is just a plastic cover. And just like on the Leaf, the tag snaps, as this one has done. So I'll find a picture and bring one up on the screen. So those covers for a Peugeot or Citroen are £84 plus VAT, and they're exactly the same size as that. They're almost the same as that. Yet that vehicle has been in production for years and years, and they've obviously sold thousands of them. And clearly the tags snap frequently like they do with this. It's a known issue because when you click these on, it's actually the cabin filters putting quite a bit of pressure on the cap, and they do snap, particularly in the winter. So you can't tell me that a bit like that costs so much more to make than that MG bit. It's about the same amount of plastic, yet they're clearly purposely making a lot of money on these bits, because it is a fairly common thing that breaks, and at the end of the day it's a serviceable item as well, because the cabin filter is getting changed on every service. So it's something that's getting touched and used and removed a lot of times. So clearly it does break a lot of times, whereas on the MG, that car's only been in production for a few years, and generally you're not touching the light assembly, so it's not like a common part that's going to be broken and reordered many times. Here's another one. This one's a little bit extreme, but it's a good example. A Nissan EV200 van, again been in production for a very long time, and this little plastic cover that sits in the gear selector, it's a shift lock cover. So if you run out of electricity and you have to be recovered on a tow truck, or you get you break down and you have to be recovered, you need to hook out that little plastic cover to allow you to put the shift lock into neutral, so you can drag it up on a tow truck. And it is, I'm not sure whether it's too dark here to see, but it is just a little plastic cover, smaller than my fingernail, and you ping that out to get to a locking pin underneath, and what happens is that gets pinged out and falls on the floor and they get lost. To buy that little plastic cover, and it is just a little piece of cover about 5mm big, is a whopping £144 plus VAT. And I have queried the price with Nissan, but it's just absolutely ridiculous that they charge that much money for a bit of plastic which is costing them pence. So yes, it's really refreshing to see that MG are being very reasonable with the price of their parts. You know, £1.52 for that bit of plastic, whereas that's probably a bigger bit of plastic than those other two parts I've just shown you. And it's such a little amount of money. You know, if they were to say that was 10 times the amount of £15.20, I would still think that was reasonable, because I'm used to paying the sort of prices that these other manufacturers are charging for their bits. You know, that would be almost 100 times more with that Japanese or that French manufacturer. So yes, very refreshing to see the sort of prices MG are charging for their bits. I don't know what they're charging for other bits. I've never had to order anything else, but you know, it's not like this is a common piece of trim that they'll be selling loads of, and it was a special order as well, so really nice to see. If you've got any other examples of MG parts prices, or indeed any ridiculous prices of other manufacturers, do put it in the comments below. I'd be quite interested to see what people have paid for parts. But anyway, that's it. If you like this video, please do click the thumbs up. As always, do subscribe if you haven't, and have a look at the back catalogue of videos on the channels, and more videos coming soon.